Alright, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to build the City of Bay St. Louis app you see here. Now, of course, you may not want your app to look just like this, but by watching this video, you will quickly pick up on some tips and tricks that you can incorporate into the app you want to make. So this is the default app when you first create your Easier App account. Now, granted, it's not much to look at right now, but just wait. In a few minutes, this app will not only look fantastic, but will be completely functional as a web and native app. Now, as with many things in life, there tends to be a certain order in which to do things to achieve the best results. Easier App is definitely one of those things. The first step to creating your own stunning app is to add your content. Trying to style and color your app prior to adding content will most certainly lead to confusion and frustration. So trust me on this one. Add as much content as you can before doing anything else. Now, I'm not going to bore you with typing in all the content for this app, but I will go through the content section to show you what I did. Now, here is our app with all the content added, but of course not yet styled and colored. When we're done with our app, it will look like this. But of course, right now, it looks like this. Now, to add our content, all we really did was we went to Content, and then we moved through this section filling in what we wanted to show up and what we didn't want to show up. And I'll quickly step through this for you. We did add HTML and text pages. We added history, local legends, and historic districts, and it's very easy to add these pages. You just click Add Page. Title, change the icon if you want to, and then this is a regular old WYSIWYG editor I'm sure you're familiar with. I'm not going to belabor this. If you have any questions about this section, in every section of Easier App at the top right corner, you will see something that says Tutorial Video. Just click on that, and there'll be a quick little tutorial video that will explain this particular section. We didn't have any links to phone numbers, no social media links. We did have join our list, email us form, rate us. We did have address and Google Maps. There were no custom forms. There are some events. We did add a photo gallery. No punch card, products or services menu, or links to desktop site. One other thing that you probably want to do when you're adding content is go to General Settings and then go to Title and Description and put in the title of your app and then a short description for SEO purposes. When we are done with that, this is what it looks like. And this is just, all I did was add content, nothing else, that's it. So this is what your app looks like, and then the next step, we're going to add a background. Now that we have our content, we can begin styling and coloring our app. Now, where I always like to start when I begin the styling and coloring is adding my background, whether it's a color or a graphic. So what we do here is we go to General Settings, Styles and Colors. We go to Background. And for this app, we're going to use a graphic. So I'll go to Background Image. Now you'll see two things here, tiled background images and full background images. We provide some images for you to choose from if they work for you. Tiled background images are basically a handful of pixels that will then tile across the app. Full page backgrounds are of course full page images that will take up the full page. Now if you want to see all of them, click tiled background images and you will see all the tiles that we have. You can also upload your own image if you want to. Same thing with full page backgrounds, just click it and this shows you all of the full page backgrounds that we provide, or you can upload your own. In this case I want to upload my own. So I just navigate to where the image is and upload, and you see the image right here. Interestingly enough, where is it on the app, you may ask? It's there. Everything you see here is in the foreground. And this app uses a pretty neat feature with transparencies that I like. And just to show you that there is indeed a background under here, let me go to Main Links and let's say Text Content Box. And the text content box is this area here. But here's the background transparency, and let me dial that down. Excuse me. And you'll start seeing the background shine through. And this is a neat feature, and this app includes this feature, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But I just wanted to show you that there is indeed a background behind this foreground. Now that we have our background, next I'll complete the header and footer. Now, of course, this is the header area up here, and the footer area is down here. And let me show you on the actual app. All of this up here is the header, including the header graphic, and of course this is the footer down here. So the first thing that I like to do if I'm going to have a header graphic is to actually add the header graphic. So go to General Settings, Header, and then go to Images, and Add New Image, Upload an Image, find our image, and then click, once you do that, click Add. And then of course we always need to click Save. If we don't click Save, then obviously it's not going to get saved. And then I want to go back to General Settings, Styles and Colors. And once I go to a new section that has a preview, what I need to do is I need to click Reload Preview, so it loads all the newest, freshest code here that will include, of course, our header graphic. And then I want to go to Header, and then Background. I want to change the background color here. And this color you're going to see a lot throughout this app. It's a little too blue, so we need to knock the transparency back to about 55 for this app. Of course, then that lets the background start to shine through. And when you go to the title bar, which of course this is the title bar up here, and the first thing I want to do, of course, is I need to change the font. You see that font up there? We want to change this font to that right there. So we go to Configure Font, and I know which font I want. I want Allura. So let's click Allura. Of course, it changes the font. But of course, it's the wrong color. So let's go here, and I'm just going to click and drag that over there to change it to white. So now that looks good. Now the buttons. So I need to go to a button text icon color. Of course, that's the button text, and that's the icon. So we want to change those colors. And like I said, you're going to see this color a lot. Click OK. So that's our header. So I'm going to click Save. Keep all our saves here. So that looks good for the header, but now we see the footer, and of course it's unstyled and uncolored. And there's a quick little shortcut that you can go here, is we can go to, of course, your styles and colors. We're still there. Go to Footer, and there's a button that says Use Header Colors. Let's click that and say Yes, Copy. And how about that? We don't have to go through and do all that. It just copies all the colors that we used for the header into the footer. So that just saves a little bit of time. So I'm going to click Save. Save all our work. Go to Preview. Click Reload Preview. And as you can see, our app is beginning to take shape. We have the header area done. We have the footer done. And this is the actual app. So that's looking good. Alright, the next thing I like to do is to move to the links on the home page. So we need to update this to look like this. So how we do that is we go to General Settings, Styles and Colors. Then we go to Main Links, which these are the main links. And any links that you touch or click that goes to content would be considered main links. So it just doesn't necessarily mean the links on the home page, but even if there are links that that drill down deeper into your app, those would be links too. So anything that we changed here would also change those links maybe deeper into your app. So what we want to do is we want to go to Choose Premade. And which ones? We want this right here. We click this, and this is just the pre-made links are just a real quick way to, if you like something in it, you can do it. Of course, you can change all the colors. You can do whatever you want to adjust it to your app. Interestingly enough, for this app, very little was changed for the pre-made links, and you'll see that here in just a second. So we chose that. We need to go now to Icon Content Box, and what that is this box right here that holds the actual icon. So what I want to do is I want to knock the transparency down to about 90, so the background begins to shine through just a little bit. And that's all we're going to do for the icon content box. Then we're going to actually move to the icon itself, which is, of course, there. And here's something that I wanted to uh, tell you right now. In Firefox, doesn't support this. You see that it says solid here, border style. If we go to, say, dotted, nothing changes. For whatever reason, Firefox, when we radius this border and choose dotted, Firefox doesn't do it. It's not in our software. It works fine in Chrome. It works fine in Safari. As you can see, it's dotted here. But for whatever reason, Firefox just doesn't do it correctly. Now, if we knock the border radius down, you can see that it does start getting dotted. And we knock it all the way down. Whoops. If we knock the border radius all the way down, stay, then you see it as dotted. But when we make the border radius all the way to a circle, it turns it into a solid. Just letting you know that that's how Firefox is going to handle that. So we've got on the icon, we need border style dotted. We change the border radius to 50. The border color, I want to change that to that color. And then as you see here, border colors, they go in sequence, like that color, blue, black, blue, black, blue, black. If we added another one, it would go black, blue, and another color. If we added a fourth color, it would go black, blue, other color, other color. So you see how it goes in sequence. So I added the color I want, but I want to remove that black. So, and when we have one color, it just makes everything one color. So that's everything that we need to do with the icon. Then we need to go to text content box. And of course the text content box is this right here, the box that holds the text. So let's do the background transparency. Let's knock that down to about 80. So then the background really begins to start shining through. And to even make it shine through better, I'm going to make this background color white. As you can see, if we remove that gray color, it'll actually brighten up that background a little bit. And then the last thing we need to do is move to the text. And we want the text to line right, so we move it over there. And then I want to increase the padding to move these over. I want to do that to, let's say, 20. There we go. You see that, move that over there. Then the last thing we want to do is change the text color. And then I'm going to just hold it down and drag that over. And it's not that color. It's this color. There we go. And then click save, obviously. And then I want to go to the main preview here. I'm going to click reload preview. I'm going to show you what the app looks like in Chrome. This is what it looks like, and of course it's got the dotted. In Firefox, it is exactly the same, other than that is solid line. So that is the main links, and our app is starting to look really good now. And next we're going to color and style the content body. And let me show you what I mean by that. We'll just go to, say, history. And you see how this is basically grayscale, all this in here. We are going to style and color this. And that's just history. Let's go to like addresses and maps, and see how that's just, right there is just not colored in. So let's do that. So we go to General Settings, we go to Styles and Colors, and then we go to Content Body. Once this loads up, there we go, Content Body. And actually, let's go to, say, History, so we can see what our changes are going to do. And the first thing I want to do is we want this background to kind of start shining through. So let's knock this transparency down to about 75. And you can see the background coming through. And then I want to lower the content spacing. I'm going to take it down to 5, and you can see what it does there. And the same thing with the content padding. I'm going to take that down to 5. Basically, that's just making that area bigger. And then the border size, I want to make that border 1 to put a border there. And then I want to change the border color to the color we've been using throughout the app for all the other borders. You see it put a nice little border there. And the last thing I want to do is change the text color to black. And then I want to click Save. And now we have the content body. Let me go back to Preview and reload Preview, so we'll reload the newest code here. Then we'll go to, say, Local Legends. And then you see what the content body actually looks like now. Now we need to color and style our form elements. So let me show you what those are. Here's the app that we're building. And we'll go to Join List. And these are the form elements, like the labels up here, the boxes, switches, submit buttons, things like that. Those are our form elements. So what we want to do is we want them to look like this when it's over. Right now it looks like this. So this is what we do. Let's go to General Settings, Styles and Colors. Let's go to Forms. And then let's go to Labels. And let's, of course, go to a form so we can see in real time our changes. We'll make the text color black. So I'm just going to do that and drag it down to black. That makes our text color black. Then I want to go to Text Inputs, which this is the text inputs here. And I'm going to leave the text color the same. I want to change the border color to the same border color we've been using. Oh, too many F's. There we go. And then I want to knock this transparency down. If you see the transparency here in the text inputs, we take it all the way down, you can see through it. We want to go about 65, thereabouts. There we go. Have a little transparency going there. And then we have the drop downs, radio buttons, and switches. And of course this is a switch right here. So let's change the text color to black. And then the border color, change that to the same border color we've been using. And oddly enough, we're going to leave the selected color, this color blue. It actually kind of fits in with our color scheme. Otherwise, I would change that. When you click that, you see that's the selected color, that blue and that blue. It happens to work for this app, so we're not going to change that. And then the last thing is we need to go and change the buttons. And of course, the submit button right here, we need to text color to black. And again, the border color. And you guessed it, the same color we've been using. And what we want to do is then click Save. And we'll go back to Preview. We'll reload our preview in the main preview window. And then we'll take a look at what it looks like now with our form elements styled and colored. Looks pretty good. Now let's color our Rate Us thumbs up and thumbs down. And let me show you where that is. It's these right here. So let's go to General Settings, Styles and Colors. Scroll down so we can see it. Rate Us page. And then let's actually go there so we can See our changes in real time. And really the only thing here is we're going to change the icon color. Not much to this, but and we're going to make it that blue. We're not going to mess with the text size or anything like that. Click Save, and that's it for the Rate Us page. Now let's move to coloring and styling our photo gallery. I'm going to show you what the real app looks like with the photo gallery. And it looks like this. And the default photo gallery looks like this. Very small little thumbnails that are square. And that's fine if that's what you want, but we can make that look a little bit better. So let's go to General Settings, Styles and Colors. And then we're going to go to Photo Gallery right here. And let's go to Photo Gallery so we can watch our updates in real time. So the spacing, I'm going to make that 220. Or close to it. 219, 220, there we go. Image size to 210 or something close to it. 211 will be fine. Border size 3, and you see it's starting to put a border around there. And then I want to radius this border, make it rounder, and we'll make that 10 to give it a nice little round edge there. And then we need to change the border color again to the same border color that we have everything else. And then we click Save to make sure our changes are saved. And there you go. And that's our photo gallery for this app. Okay, now let's color our slide menu. And let me show you what that is. These menu buttons right here slide out the menu. So let's see what it looks like. This is what the default menu looks like. And let me show you what the menu looks like on the actual app. And this is what it looks like on the actual app. So we're going to make ours look like this. And how we do that is we go to General Settings, Styles and Colors. I'm going to scroll down some. Then we go to Slide Menu Links. And I want to actually push the menu out so we can see what we're doing in real time. And then I want to go to Choose Pre-Made. And you don't have to do this, but in this app, that's what we used. We used that one right there, and of course that's very, very colorful, and we're going to change all this to more fit with what we want to do here. So that's all we needed to do with the settings. Then we need to go to Icon Content Box. And the Icon Content Box, of course, is this box that the icon fits in. And the first thing I want to do is I want to move the location to the left and move that over. And then what we want to do is we want to change the colors over here. So we're not going to use this color, so I'm going to remove it. And then we're going to start adding colors for this. And I already know the colors I want. And you can see when you add one color, it makes them all that color. Let's add another color and see what happens. And then it starts going in order, in sequence. You know, red, green, red, green, red, green, on the same sequences here, red, green, red, green. Of course, we can move these too, green, red, but we want to do them this way. We want to add another color. Again, it's going in sequence. And let's add our last color. That's really colorful right now. We're going to fix all that up in just a second here. So then we need to go to Icon itself, and we want to, we're going to leave all this the same. We'll border width 1. You see it puts a little border around there. And we want to radius this border. I'm going to do 50. Of course, it made it, a circular around the icon, but of course it's too small. So we need to add some padding, and it gets bigger here. We're going to make it to 10. Then we want to change the border color. I want it to be white. And then I want to remove this so all of it's white. There we go. Then we need to go to the text content box. And of course, this is the text, and the box that surrounds it is the text content box. And we're going to leave, well, here, we're going to remove these colors first, because we're not going to use any of these colors. Let's add the color that we are going to use. Very good. And then we're going to knock the transparency down a little bit. Instead of 50, let's go to, 100, let's go to 50. There we go. And then the last thing is the text. What we want to do, I want to align the text. Instead of it being center like it is now, I want to align it left, which it moves the text over. But I want to move it back a little bit because I think it's a little too far over to the left. So let's give it some padding. I'm going to give it 15. And you see it moving over. And I think that looks better. So let's click Save. Go back to Preview. And hit Reload Preview. And this is the app that we just did. And that's the slide out menu. Let's look at their actual app, which is right here. And let's click the menu. And it looks exactly the same. Alright, the very last thing we need to do is we need to rearrange the homepage links, these here, as well as the slide menu links. And how we do that is we go to Content, Homepage, and of course everything, this homepage deals with everything that's on the homepage and nowhere else. Let's go to Links, and let's put them in the order that I want. Events is fine. Let's do History next. Addresses and Maps. Photo Gallery. Historic Districts. And if I did mention this earlier, anywhere you see one of these up and down arrows, it means you can drag and drop and move it around. Local Legends. Rate Us. Join List. Share App and Email Us. Perfect. Click Save. And you can see that it actually moved everything for us. Now we need to do the slide menu. So we need to go to General Settings, Slide Menu. And of course it automatically pops out for us. Let's go to Slide Menu Links. And same thing. Just drag and drop where we want things. So let's do Events, History, Addresses and Maps, Photo Gallery, Historic Districts, Local Legends, Rate Us, Join List, Share App, and Email Us. There we go. And of course, anywhere there's this plus sign, you can do it, and you can actually change the wording or update the icon or whatever. But we didn't do this in that app. So click Save. Let's go to our main preview, and let's reload preview so it loads up the newest code. And here we go. We have our Bay St. Louis app. Slide menus, everything. History. Everything looks fantastic. This is the actual app, and it is exactly the same as the app we just created. So that's how easy it is to build an app using EasyApp, a very nice looking app actually. And if you ever have any questions, problems, concerns, you get stuck anywhere, do not ever hesitate to go up here and click support and put in a support ticket, and we will get back to you pretty much immediately. So thanks for watching.